You a little short for a stormtrooper?
What's up, nerds? I stumbled there. I don't know why. Welcome to another episode of the Multiverse Report. We are recapping episode 7 of Andor, from Coruscant back to Ferrix and everywhere in between. My name is Mike Gibson. With me, as always, Steve Haller. What's up, Steve?
A lot of nervy moments and a lot of really, good, weird, and tense scenes this week, it seems like.
Yes. The show continues to be excellent. And the show continues to be some of my favorite Star Wars stuff in a very long time. Episode 7 found Cassian Andor going back home, which I think is a very stupid thing for him to do.
Yeah, I think ultimately, and again, spoiler warning for this because, if you're watching a reaction video to episode 7 of Andor, you should probably realize that you're going to be spoiled on some of this. So big klaxon, spoiler warning, hi. We find out by the end, he was really dumb to do that.
Really dumb. Although he did get off of Ferrix. I did not expect him to get off of Ferrix. I thought they're going to find him here. Of course they are. But he made it off somehow. And man, I know that's probably not K2SO, but I got really excited when I saw that Imperial droid coming up over the hill there. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, all the little K2 units. It was like definitely gave you the feels of like, oh, is this where it happens? But I think I think they're using it to set the stage for a little him showing up later and or like being reprogrammed later or whatever. So
yeah, I think they said that he's not in season 1. K2SO is not in season 1.
Oh, really? I thought they had grabbed Alan Tudyk for it.
See,
or maybe he was the one that
things.
came out and said that he wasn't in season 1.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I heard both things, but I feel like the more recent thing that I heard that he was not in season 1, and that he was going to be in season 2. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I hope I am because I love that character.
Yeah.
And now that we're seeing any K2 units, I want to see more of them. So he goes home, sees his mom. His mom's acting weird about leaving with him. The droid, how cute is that B2 droid?
Yeah, B2's great.
Most adorable. Just wants to cuddle up with Cassian. Just like, why can I go with you? I would Cassian.
Right.
They're running to him at the door like he's a dog or something. It was great.
Yeah, and even it's almost like he is the pet.
Yeah,
Marva through the whole thing is just like, no, B2, no, stay.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
He's the little dog or the 5-year-old cousin that just wants to be there and hey, let's go.
Right. Yeah. Oh wait, but that's not the first scene. Didn't it open with It opened on Coruscant with the Imperial people talking, and that guy
the ISB.
with the must.
Oh yeah, it opened with Wolf Yularen.
I
completely forgot about that because I think I don't know if I texted you or our buddy Matt, but it was like Yularen is back. Yes, but
he's for people who don't know. Describe Yularen.
So Wolf Yularen, he had one scene back in the original trilogy. Just a random mustachioed dude in.
He's at the table when Vader chokes the guy.
Yeah,
right?
he's at the table when he chokes out Mahdi and that whole thing, and then he has a huge role. Well, he had a huge role in the extended universe, but he has a huge role in Rebels, where he went from being a fleet admiral to taking over ISB, basically the Imperial Security Bureau. And I guess once he went full CIA, he just was really good at it and runs the whole thing. And he has this whole speech of, laying it out where they are, what they need to do, and how they're going to stamp this shit out. And it's just like, yeah, you did it right, buddy. That scene just set the tone for where the Empire is right now.
Yeah, and they did it in a great way where they're panning around, showing all the faces of the people sitting, and one of the last ones they show is the guy whose name I don't know, who's usually the guy speaking to that room and barking orders.
Yeah, the guy who plays
who's
Kyburn.
And I was like, oh, that guy's sitting down too. That means that this guy is way above.
Yep. Yeah, the guy,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name in the show, but the actor who plays Qyburn in Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he's when he's sitting down, you're like, oh, this guy wears the big boy pants. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Speaking of big boy pants, though, again, I need to learn more people's names, but like the woman that's in the ISB
Yep.
that's tracking the rebellion, I love her character
Yeah, and
so much that I don't know the character's name, but
yeah, it's I can't remember her actual name. The actor actually played Yennefer in The Witcher. I think we had talked about
oh, that's
that.
right. Yeah, you mentioned that before. Yeah.
Anya Chalotra.
Hmm.
So
I think she's great. I think her storyline is really interesting, and it just makes so much sense. Of course, like it as dumb and big as the Empire can seem sometimes, they wouldn't be they wouldn't be what they are if everyone that running there was incompetent. So like it's cool to see an Imperial officer who's actually doing their job and isn't just like puffing their chest out, taking credit for someone else's work. Like this woman is doing the work, trying to find the rebellion and just having trouble with getting people to listen to her. And that makes perfect sense that somebody that worked in the Empire would be suspicious of something or would correlate. And it's not like Luke flew and blew up the Death Star and they had no idea that anything was
just out of nowhere
happening.
whoa,
or like
weird. There's a rebellion.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's been a number of things where it's been like, ooh, the rebellion is starting, like whether it's Rogue One or whether it's this show or whether it's like Rebels or we've seen like stories about the beginning of the rebellion, but never from the Imperial side of it. So it's cool to see that someone's paying attention.
Yep.
And connecting dots when no one else is.
Yeah, and apologies to I mentioned Anya Chalotra. She's the one who plays Yennefer in the Witcher TV series. Denise Go, who is the actor who plays Deidre Miro, who's the ISB agent, is the voice of Yennefer in the games.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
So
all right.
little mix up there, but yeah, Deidre Miro is the ISB agent.
Yeah, she's great, and I love that she got a little victory in this episode.
And totally got the all right, you did good, don't fuck it up type
watch
speech
your back.
from her boss there.
Yep, that was great. I also love the puffy pants that they wear.
The hammer pants, yeah.
Like, they come like way out and then go back in like
Yep.
right before the knee. Oh, it's great. Okay, yeah. So the mom wants to stay on Fenix to help the rebels or join the rebels or take part in whatever's going to happen on that planet in opposition to the Imperial base that's now set up there.
Yeah, and little did Cassian realize that his actions would cause his adopted mother to want to, rejoin the rebellion or like fight up against the Empire. And I think you get a very good grasp throughout this episode of Cassian Andor and how he's becoming more and more aware of how bad the Empire is and how much what he did has an influence over it.
Yeah, and kind of like what's at stake.
Right. Because, he's effectively losing family over it. So there's repercussions and there's things that are happening. And ultimately, we'll get to it at the end, but like he realizes that things aren't all bright and sunny under the Empire and that there's a reason that all these people are rising up.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. I'm surprised that he didn't tell his mom that it was him, that he was there, that he was part of it.
Yeah. Part of me is like, I think it was if she knew that, she would try and like immediately get him to go and think that he realized exactly what's going on. And like he would be, he knew he would be in it if he said something.
Yeah. Because he's not at a point where he wants to go back and join it.
Right. He's strictly there for, I got the bank, so I'm good.
Yeah. He wants to get away. Yeah. Good point. Yeah. He goes to see Vix. They have a little conversation. I like her character. It's a bummer that she seemingly is gonna stay behind and not really be a big part.
I think
of
she
the
might
series.
end up with the rebellion at some point, or is the anchor that ties him back to, like him and Mira tying, or them tying him back to Ferrix at some point.
Yeah, could be. And we got Cyril stuck at a desk job, which I think was hilarious.
Absolutely.
I'm wondering now where his storyline is going. Like, I feel like because he's still obsessing over Cassian, so it's going to come back at some point.
Yeah, I got a
But
hunch. I got a hunch.
when?
ISB is going to pluck him out somehow.
Oh, sure, of course, yeah, because he was like on the ground in charge of that operation. They may want details. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that could happen. That makes sense. So I mean, yeah. Then at the end, he's, kicking back, with, I don't know, he's dating somebody, hiding
some
his
random-
credits in the shower, and sunning
Yeah.
himself on some beach somewhere.
He's doing exactly what he told his mother he was going to do.
Yeah, find
And-
someplace warm.
Yeah, and he's just chilling on Nymos with a random person he wants to go out and get some bread, and then the Empire locks him up.
And it seems like he's been there a little bit. Like, they have like a
it
relationship.
definitely wasn't like, this happened yesterday.
Yeah, because she's saying like, "Hey, we're out of this. Can you pick this up?" And I love that
Right.
they were all like alien foods that I didn't know what she was
Yep.
talking about. Like, I thought that was great. They didn't say like, "Can you get some space bread or something?"
Right.
Like something that let us know what they were talking about. Just like, "Can you get some swagazas or something?"
Yeah,
Or whatever.
it's like okay,
great.
cool.
Yeah. So yeah, he's like set up there, and then basically just gets involved in like I don't know, like an escalated. That's right. There's those like younger kids that are like running by,
Sprinting past him,
and
yeah.
somehow,
Well, he's he's kind of jogging to go get the milk,
yeah,
and ends up running into a shore trooper,
yeah,
and the shore trooper's interrogating him while the other kids run past, and it's like, okay, well, he ends up taking the fall for those kids after the KX series there chokes him out almost.
I know. So and then he gets sent to jail, right, for like 6 years. Isn't that what they said?
The sentence is normally 6 months. All right, 6 years.
Because they're
What?
cracking down, as we saw in the Imperial side of things.
Right. Courtesy of what he did.
Yeah. So do you think, I mean, my opinion is that this, clearly he's going to either break out or get broken out. I think he's going to get, because we also got in this episode, we skipped the whole Mon Mothma thing. We got to talk about that too.
Oh yeah, we can come back to that.
Vel
Yep.
has been now assigned to find and kill Cassian Andor. I think that she is going to be the one that finds him in prison, and instead of killing him, she's going to like bust him out.
Right. Breaks him
my
out
guess.
and brings him back to the cause.
That is that's my guess, and I think that he's going to be willing to go join the cause because he has now experienced firsthand
Right. How bad the Empire
treatment,
is.
how bad the Empire is, and the treatment that he has seen and been shown by the Empire. That's my guess.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. So now I guess it's good that we're saving it for last, because I think it was my favorite scene in the whole episode.
And Stellan Skarsgård killed it in this scene.
Oh yeah. No, the whole the whole
you're
thing.
talking
I was
party
talking
and everything.
specifically about the dinner party.
Yeah.
I thought the dinner party was.
See, I was totally impressed with the way Skarsgård was playing that when like prior to the dinner party, when we meet when she ends up going back to Luthen's shop, and this is before Luthen's assistant is the one that goes to tell Vel that she's to go try and track down.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure that it was her at first because she was wearing that
Right.
red thing. I was trying to figure out what character she was, but yeah.
Yep. So, but at one point, like Mon Mothma goes to Luthen's shop and is talking to him, and Skarsgård, between when his back is turned to the driver,
Yeah, that was great.
and away from him, is just like switching gears from giddy like a schoolgirl and like dark and brooding to, oh hey, here's this thing, here's this weapon, everything can be a weapon, or what was it, like you don't make a weapon to not use it type statement.
Yeah, no one's ever made a weapon to not use it. Yeah.
Right. And it was just like, you saw the depths of them reveling in, because Mon Mothma is like, she is very much taken aback by what happened and whether it was the cell they've been working
Right.
with and all this. And to see that kind of, that on her face, well, Luthen is just like, no, this is what you signed up for. Like,
Yeah, and he's like, this is exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, they're going to crack down. He's like, we need them to crack down. So more
Right.
people are
we
ready
need people to realize how bad this is.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah. But then after that, the scene with her at the dinner party with her friend trying to like,
mhm.
I know, it's just like so tense. Her
Right.
trying to gauge what his reaction is going to be. And even though he kind of makes it clear he doesn't have any love for the Empire, like, you're not really sure. And like, she's not really sure. And she's trying to say things without saying them and get her point across.
Your
like, I just thought it
politics might be a little too extreme for your tastes or something.
yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
I thought that was really great. Really great. Nerd, dumb husband coming
Yeah.
over to interrupt their conversation. Yeah. Something's going. I feel like he's going to betray her or something. Well, no, I guess he can't because we know that she's still in the Senate in Rogue One, right? Isn't she still a senator?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. I guess that won't have nothing that severe.
Right, it might
Or
just
maybe
be...
he might find out at least. The husband probably will find out.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, hell, maybe
Anyway,
he gets
I love
taken
this
out,
show.
but you never know.
You never
Yeah,
know.
this has been... I'm going to say something very, very possibly stupid.
Okay.
but-
Wow. Here we go.
This has been easily my favorite Star Wars that's been put out since Rogue One. Non-animated. Like, I can't remember whether Rebels overlapped, but
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I will agree with that.
like any of the
We could-
sequels, and this is including Obi-Wan and like
Oh, yeah.
any of Mandalorian,
think
Book
this-
of Boba Fett, any of it. This
Yep.
is
I
like
think this is
peak.
my favorite show.
Oh
It's
yeah,
my favorite Star Wars show.
yep,
Easy. And it's not over yet.
right. Like
Um,
I'd assume like we'll see if they stick the landing, but the way they're serving this up right now, every single episode has just been. And I think the thing is, it's not just good. It's not good Star Wars TV. It's just good content.
Yep.
Like it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Just an intriguing story
Yeah.
and an engaging story.
Well, it reminds me of when the first Iron Man came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's a comic book movie." I'm like, "No, it's not just a comic book movie. It's just a good
Which
movie."
is good. Yeah.
And you know, I mean, the bar was where it was back then.
Yeah.
The bar's been raised or lowered since then, but
Quite a bit. Yeah.
it's like when that came out, I was just like, "No, go see it because it's not just it's not a good comic book movie." Because at the time you had like, "Oh yeah, it's an X-Men movie or whatever," or
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Spider-Man 3, great."
Spider-Man 3.
Uh,
Exactly.
But like it was just a good movie, and I feel the same way
Yeah.
about this, where it's like my wife hasn't been watching with me, and I'm kind of like, "Hey, you should get on this train because it's just a good show."
Yeah. Yeah. I think I mentioned in the previous one, my wife, my wife watches all the Star Wars stuff
Yeah.
with me, but she loves this show.
Mhm.
And she has turned to me several times saying, I am so glad that I agreed to watch this one with you. It's so good.
It's funny because this is the first one she didn't watch with me because, like, you know, all the rest of them, she's like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, it's an Obi-Wan show," or like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you know," she randomly got into Mandalorian. She's like, "Well, Book of Boba Fett's kind of related to Mandalorian, whatever."
Right.
And so this is kind of the first one that's been completely neutral and is probably the best of all of them, and
Yeah.
yet also the one she's not watching. And I'm like, come on.
Hey, it gives you an excuse to watch it again.
Yeah. Oh, shucks.
Yeah.
So
Oh, drat.
I think I can manage.
Cool. Well, I'm excited to see what happens this week.
Yeah.
But that's all I got for this round.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're hanging around, if you're watching us live, hang around for our normal quote unquote, our weekly recap episode that's coming up as soon as we're done with this and I upload things. After that, you can, while you're watching us or listening to us, feel free to like and subscribe and let us know what, where, and how you want to see things in the future. Leave a review to let the computers, tell you that you like us and continue to show other people that we exist. And, drop us a line, the Multiverse Report at gmail.com, Multiverse Report on all the socials, or check out the multiverseport.com.
That's right. So until next time, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the multiverse.